Thank you, Henry Mancini, for all the neon boulevards and all the city streets and all the cities and all the jazz and the poetry of the downtowns and the uptowns. For Sunset Boulevard in the rain, Hollywood Boulevard at twilight, and Wilshire Boulevard at dawn. For the Pacific Coast Highway, Union Station, and the view from Mulholland Drive, both sides, the San Fernando Valley and Los Angeles. For jazz gliding its way down translucent highways at 1 in the morning through the steam of car headlights in the pouring rain. For making me feel clean when I was dirty, and for the fantasy that my life was somehow better than it was, and for the romance when there wasn't any, and for the crazy but surprisingly smooth hungover mornings when an all-nighter should have been painful. Thank you for the lengthy, warm Santa Ana summer afternoons overlooking a city from a dingy apartment with only the view and you to save me. Thank you, Henry Mancini, for those ephemeral evenings draped across Hollywood at midnight like a ghost town, timeless, glamorous, and still, for the exquisite and the calm, and for the clean and regal lift of elegance onto a stairway of stars leading to a luxurious and illustrious world where nothing earthly can touch me. Thank you. This next piece is called The Trouble with Palm Trees. The Trouble with Palm Trees, Part 1. Palm trees standing gorgeous, erect, and regal. They call to me. They whisper things to each other. They glisten in the hot California sun. They promise many things to many people. Fame, fortune, love, sweet summer romance. Somehow, all I ever got from them is they're nice to look at, and they've never let me down. The Trouble with Palm Trees, Part 2. The problem is, with palm trees, there's nothing practical about them. They offer no shade in the summer and no warmth in the winter. They just look good. How perfect for California. This next piece is called Ode to Sammy Glick, and if you're any kind of fan of the literary world or old movies or Hollywood's destruction or the sharks of Hollywood, you may know the character Sammy Glick. He is the first quintessential social climber, and I believe that the character Bud Schulberg wrote a book called What Makes Sammy Run, and he's the main character. And when Bud Schulberg wrote the book, I think it was maybe the 30s, a lot of people, like directors and producers, thought that it was written about them. And that's how powerful this character was. And I'm sure that it was a conglomeration of them, but it's just amazing to me because Sammy Glick was not a nice guy. Actually, this is called Ode to Sammy Glick, but it's about a friend of mine who's no longer with us, and his name is Eddie Little. May he rest in peace. I see you sitting in the glow of your computer, burnt spoon and needle at one side and a loaded gun at the other. There's only one bullet in the chamber, and it's reserved for you. You're attempting to write the next great American novel, and I believe you will, providing you don't kill yourself before it's finished. It's a race, isn't it? Your conscience and your ego are at a dead heat, while your phone is ringing off the hook with calls from your agent in London and New York, all wanting to buy the movie rights. You were the first guy to ever buy me diamonds. I'm just wondering where the hell you got the money. Was it an insurance scam, phony credit cards, or your usual selling phony stocks to old people for their life savings? Well, all I can say is it's only a matter of time for you, sweetheart. But if it's true that nice guys and gals finish last, then you can bet I'll be sitting in the last seat in the last row of the house that I more than likely bought at 100% markup, trapped between a noisy bathroom and a rank alleyway. But while I'm sitting on the lap of time checking my watch, I know you'll be mixing another shot of liquid comfort while running from that god-awful mirror called your conscience. There aren't enough opiates in the city of LA to make that reflection go away. But I know you. You're not a quitter. You'll die trying. This next piece is called Punk Rock Royalty. And this really happened. Somewhere in Sacramento, California, at some well-known crash pad, sometime in the middle of the week and sometime in the middle of the afternoon, day and time customarily unknown to the residents of house. The dishes haven't been washed since July and it's September. Half-empty to-go boxes with 2-week-old pizza and Taco Bell remains, 99-cent burgers from AM PM, and empty bottles of plain wrapped liquor and beer cans lay strewn across the kitchen floor, leaving not even a trail. In the living room, there's 4 guys who haven't slept in 3 days trying to pump life out of the keg that's been finished since the weekend, and it's Wednesday. And 2 pit bulls gnawing on old rib bones. There's flies everywhere, and it's hot. The Hickoids' Tales of Terror, Fang, and Johnny Thunders is blaring out of beer-soaked speakers that periodically keep shorting out. The TV is on, but the sound is off, showing Blue Velvet for the 5th time that day. Must be another Frankfest. And in the middle of this, you're locked away in the bathroom like punk rock royalty sitting on your throne, jacking off to my picture in Flipside magazine for the 2nd time that day. Thank you. I feel honored. This is called Thank You from the Bottom of My Purse. And this is really, really, really about my whole last year. And I know that it's been a rough year for a lot of people. But I have to say that this has probably been one of the hardest years of my life. And I'm just grateful to be standing here and forming sentences. How many times can a girl clean out her purse? In my lifetime, it's probably literally been at least 1 million. I've been carrying purses since the age of 4, mocking my mother and wanting to be a glamour girl. I think you can tell a lot about a person by what's inside their purse or car, the condition of it, whether it's clean, messy, or cluttered, items needed and unneeded. My purse has black hair ties, some bizarre flavored gum, hair clips, press-on nails, sunglasses, iPhone, iPod, eyeliner, mascara, and natural beige Revlon foundation with sunblock. Way too many pens, Dodger ticket stubs, lipstick from Revlon number 525 color stay, candy of some variation, business cards from people I don't remember, Marlboro lights in a box, a wallet that acts like a slinky, and keys to 5 different houses that aren't mine, and 2 businesses that aren't mine either, and to places I don't know where they belong to anymore. I like to change my wallet every time my life changes and goes into a new phase. Funny, this last phase that started July 4th, 2008, I didn't change my wallet, forgot. The phase was so goddamn traumatic, and it just kept coming on like a tsunami, one heartbreak after the next. Car wrecks, loved ones turning, throwing fits in chairs, so 80s. Losing their life savings and minds, cousins blowing brains out, and in the course of 1 year I moved 3 times, and I still don't feel like I live anywhere. This nomadic life is not as romantic as it's cracked up to be. After a while, I just want all my stuff in one place. The first move was to the beach at Christmas time. I knew it was a bad idea. I had my own place, but we were going to get married, and the view of the ocean was right out my window. Then the landlord passed away in April, and by July we moved to Atwater, built our dream home, and didn't make it through a remodel, 1 neck surgery, too much debt, and fear of being vulnerable. So the day before Thanksgiving, after a chair came flying towards me, in the dark and rainy Friday rush hour traffic, I drove 30 miles to safety. And that was it, over. A lot of my very important things are still in the trunk of my car at his house because I have nowhere to put them. Staying with friends, it was supposed to be temporary, but things happen. Global financial unrest, jobs shrink and expand and shrink again and sometimes disappear. Moms get sick and I can't and won't leave. It's Hotel California or just some vortex that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I've watched too many things go south this year, people turning on a dime. And I ask myself, is it the economy? Is it you? Is it me? As I'm digging through my purse for the 1,000,001 time, and I forget what I'm looking for.